one thing that I'm very excited to tell you all about is 7 incoming redshirt freshmen for the upcoming season. So 7 redshirt freshmen this upcoming season who you need to know because they're going to make a major impact. So first I'm going to get into some honorable mentions and then get into who my personal top 7 guys to watch is. And I will say they're not all just guys in the Big 10. They're not all just guys in the Big 12. They're all over. These are guys that you need to watch. They'll make an impact at the national championships and throughout the season at other tournaments. First of all, let's start off with some honorable mentions. The first guy I want to say is Brayton Lee, who's a 149-pounder at Minnesota. He was 26-7 in his redshirt season. He lost to a few guys actually on this list. That's why I had to leave him off of there. Of course, he's in the Big 10. He's actually ranked number 4 at his weight class in the Big 10 right now by Flow Wrestling. All these rankings are by Flow Wrestling. The next honorable mention I have is Gavin Hoffman, who's a 184-pounder at Ohio State last year. He was 25-3. Coming up next is Trent Hiley at NC State, a 184-pounder. He's 24-2 last season. Of course, he's the brother of Hayden Hiley, who's also at NC State. And then we have Michael Beard at Penn State, who is a 184-pounder, 12-0 last season, undefeated. Now, he didn't really have any major wins over ranked guys, and I think that's where, a couple of these honorable mention guys kind of just missed the list, is because they didn't have wins over ranked guys, although they had plenty of wins. He's actually ranked number 7 in the Big 10, Michael Beard, but you got to look at, Shakur. You have him there. You don't really know what exactly is going to happen between Shakur Rashid and Michael Beard, who makes that lineup at Penn State this year. And the last honorable mention I have is Travis Whitlake, who's at Oklahoma State, a 174-pounder, 16-2 last year. He's 2 good wins at Reno, and he was actually originally going to Penn State, but he's at number 7 in the Big 12. Now let's get into the list. These aren't necessarily in any particular order. This isn't like this is the number 1 guy you need to watch, but these are 7 guys that you need to know. The first guy on the list, Sammy Sasso. Sammy Sasso is an Ohio State wrestler coming in as a redshirt freshman. Of course, all these guys are redshirts. Ohio State wrestler. He's number 1 at 149 pounds right now in the Big 10. I don't know how he'll hold up against the other guys once those rankings are out, but right now he's number 1 in the Big 10 at 149 pounds. He was 19-2 in his redshirt season with wins over Alec Pantelio and Pat Lugo. He actually took 3rd at Midlands, and he's looking to make an impact. Of course, he's a PA guy. Only losses are to Jacey Timur and Micah Jordan, who, of course, is an Ohio State guy. So really, his only guy he's got to look out for is Jacey Timur. Number 2 on this list that I have is David Carr. David Carr of Iowa State is actually number 4 in the Big 12 at 157 pounds. I've watched this guy wrestle. He looks like he's going to do really well. He was 23-1 last year with a win over Brayton Lee, who at the UNI Open. He didn't wrestle a bunch of tournaments like Midlands or anything, but he did wrestle a couple of Opens, which, really is going to help him out in this upcoming year at ISU. Number 3, guy I mentioned a couple times already, is Jacey Timur at Arizona State. He is a redshirt freshman. He's number 1 at 157 pounds in the Pac-12. So he's number 1 in the Pac-12. That's why he's looking very strong on this list. He was 10-2 in his redshirt year with a win over Justin McCoy of Virginia, Brayton Lee of Midlands, and actually he's the guy who beat Sammy Sasso at Midlands. He was 5th at Midlands, actually ended up placing below Sasso, and he actually took Matt Kolodzic from Princeton into sudden victory. Ended up losing it, but he did take it into sudden victory, which I find quite impressive, and I'm excited to see what he does this year. The other guy, number 4 on this list, big name guy, mostly because he's a big guy, and that's Anthony Cassioppi of Iowa. I've heard chatter all over the internet, all over from people about Cassioppi and what he may accomplish this season at 285 pounds. Right now, he's number 7 in the Big Ten, and there's a lot of competition in the Big Ten this year. You have Gable Steveson, you have, of course, Anthony Cassar, returning national champ. It's not going to be easy for him, but if he can beat one of those guys, you darn right he's in the hunt for a national title. He was 22 last year with a win over AJ Nevels of Fresno State, and he placed 7th at Midlands. Now, at this point, I just wanted to let you guys know, don't forget to subscribe if you're getting a lot of enjoyment out of this wrestling content, if you're just excited to see what this upcoming wrestling season has in store, because I'll be talking all about wrestling news on this channel throughout the wrestling season. Now let's continue on this list with number 5. Tanner Sloan of South Dakota. South Dakota State, number 3 right now in the Big 12 at 197 pounds. This is a guy who kind of slipped under my radar, somebody who I kind of found, didn't know a lot about, but Tanner Sloan was 24-2 last year with wins over an All-American in Josh Hokett of Fresno State, Jacob Warner of Iowa, and he actually was 2nd at Midlands. So, he's somebody to watch next year from South Dakota State. You know, South Dakota State's been putting out some impressive wrestlers recently, and I can't wait to see what Sloan does. Number 6 on this list is from Stanford, and that is Real Woods. Woods is number 1 in the Pac-12 at 141 pounds currently. He's 22-1 last year. Now, he only wrestled one ranked opponent last year, but he did lose, and that ranked opponent was Nick Lee. He lost 6-3, but it was a close match. But considering his record, considering he's ranked number 1 in the Pac-12, I'm excited to see what he does next season. And number 7 on this list, the 7th guy I'm most excited to see this upcoming season is Jacob Camacho of NC State. Now, NC State, of course, have been putting out some impressive wrestlers. I already mentioned Trent Hidley, who is an honorable mention on this list. You have Hayden Hidley, and now you have Jacob Camacho, who's number 3 at 125 pounds right now in the ACC. He was 26-2 last year with a win over Joey Melendez of UNC, and I'm very excited to see what he does this upcoming season. Please let me know in the comments below, who are you most excited to see as an incoming redshirt freshman, and who is going to make the most noise?